Hey everybody, welcome to the video game show. So this week, GDC has been going on in San Francisco, the Game Developers Conference. Obviously, I am not there, but from everything I've heard coming out of there, I picked a few stories that have caught my attention this week. Let's start off with one of the first stories that caught my attention is that Valve and HTC are joining forces and they are getting into the VR headset race as well. So HTC is now joining up with Valve. That's interesting. Samsung is already joining up to make their own headset as well. This is really interesting how these mobile phone, these developers, companies are jumping into this arena as well. Obviously, some of the video games want to have that type of technology combined with what they're building on the other end with the hardware, their end of the hardware. So I like it. They're going to get a quality product. HTC has been building quality products, and I think that this is going to work well. They also showed off a Portal demo to help illustrate their points or what they're trying to do. I saw a little bit of it, but then I lost the link, so I am definitely going to try my best to put a link down below. Another story coming out of GTC is that Unreal Engine 4 will now be free. This was announced with a video called Kite, and I gotta say it was a really good way to announce that this is going to be free. It was pretty touching, like pretty interesting. You got to see what the Unreal Engine 4 can do, and I mean, we all know that this thing is awesome. It can do things with light, physics, weather patterns with the wind in this one, essentially for in my opinion, the leaves of the trees. Did a great job with all that, and then it finally got to its crescendo at the end, and it tells you why you're watching what you're watching, and I'm like, oh, awesome, that's a good job, guys. Microsoft has announced this week that there will be adapters released to use your Xbox One controller wirelessly with your PC. That's great news. Now you won't have to have it tethered to your PC. We'll see what the connection is like in the future when this does happen. If it's not as fast as having it actually tethered to the PC, I might just stick with the USB cord that connects my controller. Microsoft also announced that they will be opening up the retail versions of their Xbox Ones in the second half of 2015 to be used as dev kits. This was announced back in, I think, 2013 that this was going to happen, and so eventually it was going to happen, and now it has been finally confirmed of when it's going to happen. There's no specific date just yet, but in the second half of 2015. So in my mind, July 1st and on, and we'll see what happens from there. I definitely would like to be in possession of one of these consoles because I would love to try out games, become a QA tester, and just see what that lifestyle is like, and see what I can learn, what I can see from these games. It's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to this happening and see what comes from it. And Bethesda announced this week that Machine Games has been developing a $20 downloadable prequel to Wolfenstein: The New Order called Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. I really enjoyed The New Order, Wolfenstein: The New Order. I really enjoyed it. It was a fresh take, in some ways, on the first-person shooter. It was just different than everything else that's been out for a while, and so I really enjoyed Wolfenstein: The New Order. I was really happy with it, and this is just great news. I am gonna buy this one for $20. That's not much. It's got two main sections of the game, and for $20, get me another 5 hours of Wolfenstein. I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. Thank you, Machine Games. Thank you, Bethesda. As you can see, I'm a big Bethesda fan already, but this is good. I loved Wolfenstein, and to bring me back into this world, I'm really excited for this. Konami and Hideo Kojima made some announcements this week. First off, Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain finally has a release date. On console, it will be September 1st this year, and on PC, it will be September 15th of this year. With this news, they also announced some awesome collector's edition. This stuff looks rad. They also announced a PlayStation 4 exclusive Metal Gear Solid version. Awesome. Looks great. It looks amazing. Look at this thing. And lastly, Hideo Kojima announced that this, in his mind, is the last game in the Metal Gear Solid franchise. He did say, though, that if the game continues, it can continue, but it is, in his eyes, this is the last one. This is the one that makes it that final. It culminates everything, brings it all together, and this is it. That's what he says. But he said that before, so let's take it with a grain of salt. And last but not least, the announcement that I wasn't expecting, I had heard a lot of talk about it over the last year, but I wasn't expecting it this week, was Harmonix came out and announced Rock Band 4. They have stated that this game will be coming out this year. They took a break after Rock Band 3 because they felt that the crowd, the gaming community, needed a break from this, and we definitely did. This and Guitar Hero. But now that that break's over, they're coming back, and they're coming back strong. They're working with Mad Catz to work on something to make all of your past instruments from the past generations of games compatible with this new game. Also, all purchased music is going to be playable on this game. Awesome. There is 2 exceptions, the Beatles game as well as Rock Band 3, but we might see some changes to that in the future. You never know. Let's keep our fingers crossed on that one, guys. So this is great news for you Rock Band and Guitar Hero fans out there. I'm really happy that this is coming back out, and I'm hoping that they decide to change their business model on this. They have said in a behind the scenes that they are a much smaller group of people developing this game. They don't answer to the bigwigs like they used to anymore. They're more indie now than they were before, and I hope that because of that they changed their business model in this game. We don't need a new $60 game every year. We don't need to have to upgrade our instruments every year. Work with us, we'll buy your stuff, put out downloadable packs with new music, put out patches, upgrades, things of that nature. I hope they go with this and they make this game for the gamer. Yes, they have to make money, I understand that, but please do not saturate the market and make us hate you again. At least in my perspective, I mean. Some really awesome news coming out of GDC this week. Also, I almost forgot about this. PAX East is actually happening as we speak. It's going on this weekend. That's really cool. Hopefully next week I can talk about some stuff coming out of PAX East as well. So that's it for the video game show this week, you guys. Remember to click the like, share, subscribe buttons down below. Leave your comments, questions, suggestions in the comments section. Let's have a great conversation this week. We'll see you next time. Peace.